Ooh.
Wow, it's time already.
Here we go. I definitely need a haircut really bad.
Oh, you.
I am going to get one. If not this weekend, next weekend. Promise.
Hey, look at this. This won't show up here. I just did this. I did a review for the restaurant I went to on Friday night, and it's reminding me that I went to Durban Animal Hospital a week ago
Mhm.
because I probably picked it up on maps or whatever. And now I would be able to say, oh, okay, yeah, I need to do a review for them also.
Right.
You know, and if I have pictures in my phone, I can go ahead and brand the pictures and put them up in there and whatever. I don't know how well it's gonna work to do this, but I do think it's.
I think it's
whatever.
going to be super helpful. I think that is awesome. And if we have to share the phone screen, I'll get that out just in
But I have
case.
it all on there. I can just, I mean,
Oh.
I do have screen recordings on there. Just, they just weren't as smooth as what I can do it now.
You, it's all good. And I'll go into present mode.
Okay.
I'll do the first.
Applause for here.
Like I learned some more really fun chat GPT things from another Instagram that I follow. Oh, that's part. Yeah. At least I already have that person's information. I'm going to look through them.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah. That's good. So you learned some more chat GPT.
It was essentially like how to use it to help you create your branding
Uh-huh.
and have it actually feel like you.
Okay.
So it was like you essentially describe yourself entirely to it, like life story, what you're interested in, and then just be like, well, ask me 5 questions to help me build like my
That's
real.
right. You do a bunch of TikTok, haven't you?
So this was actually
Yeah.
Coffee and Contracts Instagram.
Oh.
They
Good.
used it to for their example, they created a real estate profile for Snoop Dogg as if he was a realtor.
Oh, that's funny.
And they're like, and this is how we got all
I
of
like
that.
to get stoned on the balcony.
And it's literally like, well, it's like it makes them ask you 5 questions, then you answer it, and then every other question you ask, like based on what you know about me and my answer to those questions, do this for me. And so it just feels way more like you than just asking a
Yeah,
question.
there's a TikTok that goes over that too. There's a couple of people I follow on TikTok that give you tips about how to use Chat GPT, and I saw something similar to that the other day. But I think one of the key things was to tell it to ask you unique questions or give you a unique profile.
Yeah.
Make sure it's
Mm.
unique. And then there's another GP or chat, there's another AI program that you put it in to make sure that there's no plagiarism in it. Yeah, so yeah, there's so many things that you can do with it.
Here is your clicker.
Well, thank you so much. That was
Absolutely.
nice. I think I need batteries, but.
No, I think you're all set. I think they're, yeah, if you want to test it out.
I wish I could score on that, 'cause I'm loud.
No, you.
There are people who said they were coming back for this.
Well, they
Yeah.
never heard me.
Right?
You
Or
know
they
what?
could just catch the recording.
I'll give you 30 more seconds. Those who show up, come up, get their time respected.
There you go.
On Zoom yet?
Yeah. I will cut, I can cut all of this out.
Alright. If you're out of listing appointment, you're forgiven.
I absolutely love this.
Yeah. Like, do I only live 5 feet away? Could I gone home? Yes. So I decided to stay just anyway.
Up, we got Amy.
Wow.
Hi, Amy.
Alright, so it's 1:00 in 30 seconds, so we'll get started. And for the purposes of Zoom, I'm Katie Norton and I'm new to the office. I've been here for a couple of months now, and this was something that I taught at my previous broker that was, you know, people are always posting reviews on Google, right? Or you're taking pictures of your food, and you're putting them on Facebook or your trips to different places and so on. But you can use that as local brand awareness if you just do a few simple steps. And instead of just posting to be posting. And I'm going to show this from the perspective of Google reviews, but you can use the same pictures that I'll show you to create with the logo branding, your branding on it. You can use those on your Instagram stories. You could use them on your Facebook stories. Not that you want your logo on everything, because then it becomes impersonal whenever it comes to, people that like on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whatever. But on Google reviews, you don't know the people who are looking at Google reviews. So of course you want them to have a brand recognition. So that's what this is we're going to show you how to take photos that you would take anyways whenever you're out and about at different locations, becoming the local expert, the local economist of choice, and taking those pictures, branding them with your logo, your brand, and of course your broker's brand. Let's not be stupid and get fined. And then taking them and putting them on Google reviews through your Google Map app. And you'll see what I mean for a minute. And you become a local guide in the area. So you're going to use, let's see what I start with, because it's been a minute since I looked at this. It's on, but not working. Yeah. It's doing something. Do you hear it?
I do.
So, why become the local guide on Google reviews? Well, it's brand recognition. It's becoming the expert in your community. Just getting started.
Class doubled in size, tripled in size.
We're coming in and it's all good. Norton, I don't think we've met before.
I'm Gary.
Awesome. Happy to see you.
So I was gonna go back. I can just let them see this. So what today's class, you're fine. What today's class is about is becoming the local expert by using Google reviews to get your brand out there, because you're going out and taking pictures everywhere anyways, basically. So I'll give you. So why would you want to become, what is that? Oh, is that people?
I got it. Yep.
I have ADD. I will lose my whole mind. So, why become a local guide on Google reviews, or even I think Apple Maps is starting to do this now also, because you want your brand out there. You want someone to instantly see your brand and think, wow, I see you everywhere. So some of the other reasons would be brand recognition, be the expert of your farm or your community. The idea would be, let's just say I went to BB's this past week. It's a restaurant. Oh,
That dessert.
good. Oh, I didn't even get to dessert. See them in the case. So BB's, excellent restaurant, excellent service, gorgeous food, Instagram moments. Right. So I knew that I was going to put them on my Google reviews. So I took a few pictures of the food, of the restaurant. I didn't, I might have normally taken a picture of me and whoever I was with, but it was with my title company, so I just thought that would be weird. Sure, she probably would have been fine with it. And whenever I left there, I loaded it, or I saved the photos, right? And then I have an app that I'm going to show you that I brand marked the photos with my logo. And easily uploaded them into Google reviews, gave a review, 5-star, excellent service. Why would I not do anything less than 4 or 5 stars if I've tried to build local brand awareness and partnerships with communities, right?
You want to reciprocate that high level of service.
So say that again, because I
You
didn't.
want to reciprocate that high level of service.
Yeah.
That's connected to you.
So if I think they're really bad, they're not getting a review from me at all.
Right.
Because I don't want to build bad relationships in the community. So, community, so you're building it. So like if you're posting from restaurants that are in your farm or in your community, the people who are coming to eat at restaurants within your farm or your community are going to see if they're looking for a restaurant to go to or getting map directions, your pictures, your reviews, the higher points you have as being a local guide are going to show up first.
Wow.
So this means that every time someone I see your stuff everywhere, whenever you're, even a friend can say that to you, and it means, oh, this is working, right? Okay, so, you become the community market leader. As realtors, that should be our number one job, is to be a community market leader. We're the person who contributes to the community. We develop a tribe, they follow us, we then become their first point of contact for their real estate needs for them and their family. And then they in turn refer us to friends and family who will be taking care of them, right? Okay. So let's, yeah, I don't think this is working. I think I'm holding it as a.
I got you.
All right, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is make sure you have Google Maps on your phone. And if you're an Apple person, you may not have downloaded that. You have to go ahead and download it. And you will post local reviews by hitting this little contribute button down here at the bottom. That's where it'll start. You can post videos. Videos get higher attention than photos. We all know that. And you might do it for a restaurant, a business, an entertainment. Let's just say I went to see Beyond Van Gogh. That's something I took pictures of and posted. If I were at maybe a women's luncheon for a networking group, I would post and review that women's luncheon and networking group. I mean, someone could probably find me wherever I am because I'm probably going to post something about the community so that people can recognize me as a local market expert. So healthcare establishments, you could even write them, I love my doctor, and good luck finding a good review on that one. But anyways, so you would use that contribute button. So that's an idea of the app you would use, one of the apps you would use, and if you go on to the next screen. Used to being in control. Okay, so here's the tools you could use. You can use Canva to create your logo if you don't already have one. Keeping in mind all of DBRP's, I probably said those letters wrong. I can't get letters in the right order. Keep in mind all of their guidelines for that. So if you're on a team or whatever it might be as far as sizing with your broker's logo and yours. Watermark your photos and videos. There are two separate apps for that. There's one that is for photos, and whenever you go to the app store, you'll see it with the little camera. If it's for videos, it's going to have the little play button. It looks like a play button in the center of the app's icon, and I may have that shown here in just a minute. And then you'll want to make sure you have Google Maps. You can go to the next screen.
I have a quick question though, on that one on the right, Google Maps. So when I do that, so I'm picking a restaurant I went to yesterday. I have the map.
Okay.
How do I get that screen that shows contribute?
Is that Apple Maps or Google Maps?
Google.
Okay, let's see.
So there's the,
Oh, I wonder what's doing it like that.
oh,
Oh, well, you might want to stop driving. You've reached your destination. Welcome to Keller Williams. That's all it was. If you were in the middle of a drive still.
I see.
Okay.
So you just hit exit?
I hit, yeah, exit, and then I went back one screen.
Oh,
and then
okay.
it took me to that screen. So if you're not in the middle of a drive or a map or something, you should wind up on that screen when you go
Okay,
to there
great,
first.
thank you.
Okay. So the easy watermark photos. This is going to show you, like I've uploaded a logo to this from my photos. It's all my art. From my photos that I saved from Canva. Once I set up the template in the watermark app, you can see I have it like right here. I have it down too low. You can move it with your thumb and so on. I'm going to find it again because I didn't realize it was down there. This is the reason why I wanted to redo this and I didn't get a chance to. But so now I have this. See this right here? This will help you size it and this will help you position it. You do not have to do all this craziness that I'm doing right there with two little fingers on a little screen trying to reposition this thing. But I learned that later. So once it's set on the photo, then you'll save it to your photos. It should create a folder like an album for all of your easy watermark, branding pictures that you branded to go into. Automatically it creates that folder. Just learned that recently. If not, it should be very close to the photos that you use to add the watermark to. in your photo album. Does that make sense? Does anyone have questions? Okay, so now I'm just naming my template so that I can use it over and over again. Now I have a template that anytime I go to upload images, I might do multiple images. That I'll select which one of these templates that I want to use. I click next. I pick the photos that I want to use. Hopefully that doesn't take too long. I click, click, click. I selected all the ones from Beyond Van Gogh, whenever my sister and I went there. And I'm slow. Okay, so this is something like what it would look like if someone went to Google Photos or Google Maps, once I upload the review. These are the photos that they're gonna see. The more photos, the more points you get, the higher you become on the local guide expert scale. If you do videos, you get higher points on the scale. I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. Okay, so I think that's finished and you'll go to the next screen. You do the videos the same way. You just have to have a different app. Okay, so did you see where that was? Can you go back for just 1 second? Okay, see where it said contribute at the bottom? There you go, contribute. So you're in the Google Maps app now. You're gonna hit contribute. Choose whether you're gonna write a review, post a video, what you're gonna do. I usually say write a review. Then I go and select my photos, because it'll say add photos. I write a review, a nice review, excellent, thank you, delicious, great service, drinks were amazing, are usually included in all my reviews. But then I'll select the photos that have the watermark on them and add it. Pretty simple, right? I mean, it's steps. There's a few steps to it. But you can do this while you're laying in bed at night.
Yeah.
You know, instead of watching TikTok, just go ahead and get all your reviews. You do it, don't you? It's freed up your time.
And another thing that.
And so pause this for 1 second.
Yeah.
If you could go back. I want to show one thing right here. Okay, so drinks were amazing, and then let it run for just a second and pause it. I mean, like, just go, like, why isn't it moving?
There we go. It was loading.
Oh, okay.
There
Okay,
we
stop. Okay. This right here is gonna say, I just got 51 points because I did a rating. Doesn't matter what rating I give it, whether it's 1 star or 5. I gave them a review. I got 10 points for that. And then I got 40 points for uploading the number of photos that I added. If I would have added a video, I would have gotten more points for this. So the next one is, or I could go ahead, like, here's something else too. You don't see it here right now. The contribute more. Right below that, if you've been to other places recently where you maybe Googled to go there or something, it's gonna say, oh, you were at Durbin Creek Animal Clinic last week. How was your visit? So you say, oh, yeah, it was. Let me go ahead and give them a review because they live in the front of my neighborhood and my cat goes there, right? So you can build your community, review the people you're doing business with. So go on, just go a little bit further.
Really quickly, what were the significance of the points?
You're gonna see here.
Oh,
in
gotcha.
1 second. So hit play, and then soon as it changes, pause it again. Okay, pause. You'll see at the top where it says local guide level 5, 613 points. I don't know how many more points I have now, but it's probably not that many more. I've been a little slack on it. But the more points you have, the higher you're rated. And that's where they come in. So the more reviews you do, the more often you do them, the more information you give, videos, photos, all the things that I've mentioned, the higher your rating will be, the more often your stuff will be seen. And again, this is just local brand recognition that you're getting for free. And you don't, I mean, it's up to you how much you contribute to it. Okay. You can't pop play. See what it's gonna show next. I'm like, is it? Those like it's right whenever I do stuff like this. So, local guide, level 5, and it'll tell you like how you can unlock other things that are gonna be pushing your reviews higher. And every time someone sees that logo, it's just that another impression. How many impressions do we need to do business with someone? Usually you have to have 7 touches to do business with someone, but what if this becomes one of your touches and pushes it that much closer to you getting to do business with that person? Because they say, oh, they are the local brand expert, or I'm an out-of-town buyer, I'm looking to purchase in the Durban area. And who is this person who is this logo? Who is this person who keeps popping up on everything? Oh, I have a profile. Let me click on her profile. Oh, she's a realtor. Oh, she's the person we need to talk to because her brand is everywhere. Does it kind of make sense how it could work? It's all theoretical, but it's another layer that's for free that you can use. Okay, you can play. Does this play into what you were gonna teach in a little bit here?
Yeah, absolutely. Is this the last slide?
Okay, good. I think there's one more.
Okay.
Is it going?
Good job.
All right, so congratulations, your brand's now appearing everywhere. There's a few little notes if you want to hit the thing again. Keep in mind, you want to be honest and positive in any reviews that you give, but not so honest that you don't have any friends in the community, okay? And I like 4 and 5-star reviews, as I mentioned. Your business community is your partner. Whenever I post for Durban, Animal Creek, so I'm gonna give them 2 reviews. I'm gonna give them a review for seeing Bella last week and seeing Beeper yesterday, Bella and Beeper. And they're going to probably appreciate the fact that they got another 5-star review. But as I said before, these pictures don't just have to land on Google reviews. They can also land on your Facebook, Instagram, any place else that you might want to have a logo. So use it for anything that you need to make an impression. All right, so write a bio that identifies you as a realtor and just relatable. It's not going to be a really long bio that you get to write. So you could have, if you're struggling to write it, you could go to ChatGPT, like we talked about a few weeks ago, say, I need a short bio, tell them about yourself, but I need it to give it enough details about yourself where it's going to write something that's unique to you. Tell it to be unique, tell it to do it in 50 characters or less, or how many characters it tells you to use. It'll come up with something you can copy and paste in there. That might be what mine is. I don't remember whether I used it for that or not. I've used it for a couple of different things. And then make sure you stay compliant. I do have on my logo is a key above my name. And because I was approved for the key as my logo, my Keller Williams has to be as big as my key.
Right.
But my name is huge. my branding. So if someone sees it, they know it's, they see Katie Norton very clearly that's really who they're, dealing with. Okay, and I think that may be the last one. Okay, so if you would like to ask questions or get in contact with me, you can scan that. It's going to put my business card in your phone. If you hit save to contact, you can go through the steps. It's also a great app that you can use yourself called Blink if you're not using any kind of digital business card. It's free to use. And of course you can do an upgrade where you can have more profiles and stuff, but I've been using that since family reunion a year ago. Super helpful. It even tells you where you met the person that you shared it with.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That have dot card, but they don't do that part.
Yeah, I looked at Dot Card, I've looked at Hi Hello, I've looked at Link, and I've never found another one that really has all the features that this one does. For the, I pay for the extra thing on it, but I have found this one to be the best one. And you can even go and create yourself a logo that has your branding in the middle of it. So put your brand everywhere.
I really like the points that you made, especially about being the local business expert, because when you're getting a higher rating, 86% of your business actually does start on Google. So if you don't already have a Google business profile created, which is what we're also going to do today, if you don't have that set up just yet, that's something I'd love to help you get going, because I mean, people, they use Google all the time, no matter what it is for their business. And also, to go off of your point too, with just partnering with local businesses in the area, not only can you use Google for that, but you could also be reaching out to these businesses once you start to form that trust and relationship with them. So social media is a huge key tool in all of that. And then also, just being in person, like Popeye. So like if you wanted to partner with like a local ice cream shop and they had coupons that they wanted to give away, maybe it might be like 25% off like your next pint of ice cream or something like that. It could be whatever, with whatever business that you wanted to form that relationship with. They will refer the business to you. You could leave your business cards with them. And at the same time too, you could even take, stories or reels. You can tag the business on your social media. So that way they can see that you're bringing business back to them at the end of the day. Meanwhile, they're giving you something that you can give to your customers, so that way they'll remember you by. You can even like go as far to, especially when it comes to like coupons or any type of certificates, you can literally get with the company. You can ask them like, hey, if I put, my information on this certificate too, would that be something you would consider? So there's all different types of tools that you can seriously use in order to get yourself out there. But it's all about like who I feel like it's a people game with real estate. And the more that you network and the more that you just form these relationships, especially you can start with your favorite places. And that's why, Katie, I'm so happy that you presented all of that, because I actually had no idea about the Google reviews. That I know that you could post like Google reviews, and I wasn't thinking about adding, the logo with the pictures attached to the restaurant.
It's swap and steal all the time. But I do have a footnote to that, because I'm pretty sure that you can only do one review per location possibly. But you can go back and you can contribute more to that review. So for instance, So Fresh in Durban opened a few weeks ago. I went there before they opened, and I had my little camera with me, not my phone, but my other gimbal thing. And I was outside, I saw the owner was sitting in there, but I went ahead and did some video on the outside of it, and I did like a conversation with myself on the video. I recorded some of me saying something about the place, couldn't wait for it to open. He saw me doing it, and with hundreds of people coming in the day they opened, she remembered me. And she was like, I thought that was so cool that you were out there talking about my business. I said, yeah, I'd like to come back after it's, levels off a little bit and interview you. So I said, I'm a realtor in the area, and I would love to interview you for my Instagram and Facebook and, whatever else, and social media, and be able to put it out there for you. And she's like, that'd be awesome. I said, great, I'll come every time I come back in, and I haven't gone back to do it yet, but I will this week. I will make myself do it this week now that I've said it. But she knows me. Every time I come, like, oh, how are you? It's so good. And you can tell it's genuinely, she sees me, and she doesn't just say hi or smile. She stops, turns around, and wants to have a conversation with me. And that's the kind of relationships that you build that result in business coming back to you. Yeah. So I could go back later. My point, coming full circle, would be that I could take that video whenever I do the interview. I could quickly edit it if I want to, or if it's just short and good, then I can go ahead and just load it right up into my Google reviews for that same location. Yeah. So everywhere you go, think about it. I mean, even if it's your favorite Publix, why not give Publix a review? You're thinking, I don't go out to eat all the time. Great, don't go out to eat all the time. You shop at Walmart, you shop at Dillard's, you shop at TJ Maxx. Review them, talk about their great customer service, if it's great. Or whatever you might say, I always find a great deal here. But get your brand out there. And that's it.
No, I absolutely love that.
I'm happy to take questions. I have 5 minutes before I have to run out the door. I'm gonna get this.
So 5 minutes of questions for Katie, and then if you don't have a Google Business account set up already, that's what we're going to walk through for the last half hour.
Which will be awesome. You will need that and want that. And you will, have you all set one up yet? Everyone set one up? Oh, okay, good. Definitely stay for that, because there are some key things to know about You have to have a postcard mailed here. if you're
Yep.
using business services, Before you can really get your Google profile for your business published. And I wish I could stay because I would love to, I need to really work on my Google business profile. I have one, but I need to work on making it look more like a website than.
You're fine.
So. anyway.
Absolutely.
Are
I will
you
watch
in our
you.
office here?
Hi, I have a question.
Oh.
So, I've been trying to set up my business, Google Business profile for the past couple months. Every time I does it, is telling me that it's gonna send like a verification code to our office, which I received actually 2 of them, and then when I'm trying to put in the code, it still doesn't work. So I'm not sure.
So you got 2 of the verifications and none of them worked?
Yeah, I got one, and then when I type it in, it didn't work, and then I requested for another one, so they sent me another one, and it still doesn't work, and it keeps showing me. So I'm not sure which email that was connected to, because I thought, I mean, I tried all my email, and it's still not able to verify. Like I don't have like the control of my account.
It sounds like something
Yeah.
she would need to get on a Zoom with you for.
Yeah.
Because it's so specialized.
I was just gonna say, like, if I could take a look at the account too and just see everything that you have done thus far, I'd probably be able to just pinpoint where there might be like a flaw or something that's something that just wasn't clicked. Or my last case, or my, I wouldn't say worst case scenario, but my next approach would be going to Google support, which I have the contact information for, and they've been helpful in the past, especially when it came to setting up Google businesses. When I was the agent services in Daytona for 2 years, that happened to a New Smyrna Beach agent. And so we just wanted to make sure that, everything was good. I went to the Google support, we chatted, they're going to ask you to verify your identity. And then they were all set. So
So some things that you can take advantage of right here in the office if you don't know this already. Vincent helped me recently whenever a Google ad got ran that I wasn't running. I don't remember running it. I don't have Alzheimer's. I don't have dementia yet, or ever. And $250 later, I cannot get the thing to stop. And he was actually able to help me get it stopped. And so he's a great resource for anything Google, anything that's, talk to him. If he doesn't know how to do it, he's gonna figure out who in the office does. Caleb is the same way, and Margo can help you with that branding. If you don't have your own particular logo and brand, then, in addition to our Keller Williams brand, then talk to Margo, talk to Caleb about having them help design you something that's exclusive to you. So that you will have something that you can use. You may not have the skills to do that in Canva. Or go on Etsy. Have them design a logo for you. It won't cost you very much. They'll do a whole logo package for you. But it's free whenever you talk to Margo or Caleb or Vincent. And dollars count right now more than ever.
That too. And also just to stay on the topic of Google, next month, I'm planning on putting a more in-depth class together. This is kind of like, we'd call it like a 101 class. Yeah, like an entry level. And then I want to do more in depth and go into Google Analytics and how you can really track your business with all the different types of, marketing materials that you're using, any websites that you want to really stay focused on, because the amount of traffic that's being driven back to you could determine if we need to sit down and have an appointment and see what your marketing strategy currently is, and if we need to make any adjustments or changes to that to help improve you being able to bring that consumer back to you. That's what's going to be super beneficial to your business.
Any questions before I run off? Okay.
Awesome. Then we're
If
gonna...
you call or email or whatever, I'm happy to answer questions. Hopefully it wasn't confusing and you got something positive out of it.
No, I was really shocked about the reviews though. I didn't know that you got points for the reviews that you do for helping out business. Now, really quick question. Do you get points if you leave a bad review?
You get points regardless.
But it's just...
It's a matter of being a contributor.
Gotcha.
You're contributing regardless. I mean, we don't really, like I said, we don't want to leave a bad review, but you get, they don't base your points on the.
You wouldn't be
reviews, but they
losing if
want
you did.
honest stuff, so if you had a bad place out there, who wants to go to it, right?
Right.
I'm just not leaving a review for it. Joey Norton will.
Thank you so much, Katie.
Thank you.
Awesome. No, you're good. We appreciate everything that you did. Yep.
Yep, got mine.
Sweet, awesome. All right, so for the remainder of the class, for those of you that don't have like your Google business pages set up or your profiles, we can definitely get that started today. When I went to family reunion back in February, I took the social media class, and they went into more platforms like LinkedIn, Google, Facebook, everything. And they said Google was the #1 platform where your business starts from. 86% of people will do a search for you on Google. So having those points, and just to tail off of what Katie did say, like if you have that strategy, and now that we found this secret sauce almost to make sure that your information will appear higher when someone does do a Google search for not just your profile, but any of the key SEO information that may be either on your website or on any of your marketing materials, at least you'll pull up a lot faster since you are a contributor to the site. So in order.
Off of that, so I guess what she's saying is, as you do reviews and that kind of thing,
Mhm.
and video and photos, and you rack up points.
Mm.
It sounds like then when I have my Google My Business page and I get reviews, also the points for the reviews I give helps push me up higher.
Correct.
Okay,
Mm.
even though it's not about me, Google's saying, hey, this guy or gal is
Right. And
engaged or whatever.
exactly. And how many times have you done like a search for, it doesn't just have to be like a real estate agent, but like maybe a different category out there, maybe like the best plumber or electrician, and then you
Right.
get all the 5-star reviews that come up first. I mean, those are the people that are engaged, people that are liked in the community, are contributors, high end. Those are the people who become well known, and the more reviews that you have, the more well known you are in a community.
So my Google Maps, does that automatically connect to your Google page?
Yeah, so
How do they know and talk to each other?
it will. So once we sign up, and I basically go through the steps of setting up like your Google profile business page first. And during that process, it asks you the address of your current business. It will send a postcard to that current address, whether it's your home that's your primary business or if it's here that you're using. Once you put in the verification code itself, then that lets Google know that this is a certified business, that you own this business, that you're running it. It's not fraud, it's not a scam. And then they automatically plug that into the Google Maps as a designated location. So it's like a whole process that they go through, which is why I definitely wanted to go through it today. So the website that the website that you would go to, it's business.google.com. And I'll just move this up. And you'd originally see, so if you have like a Gmail, at least, everybody should at least have a Google account, either from their KW email, or if their business email is a Gmail. You are entitled to a business profile that lets you interact with Google itself. So this is going to be the screen that you see as soon as you type in business.google.com, and you're going to see the overview. It's going to allow you to sign in at the top right. So I'm going to just sign in for example purposes.
It says verified too, does that mean I already have one?
Correct.
So-
Is that the first thing that it meant, that it said to you, was to verify? It,
Well, yeah, it said, I went into like business profile and then I clicked on, it says verified too.
oh, you went into business profile over here. Yeah, I would say just first start in the first top right, instead of manage now, you could start by just signing in. And it should log you in at the top right. Or you'll see like your picture icon, or if you're not already like logged in, like how my email's already open, it'll probably ask you to just log in with your email and password.
Does this correlate with realtor.com?
It does. So realtor.com, from my knowledge, it corresponds from the MLS. So when you are automatically like signed up to the MLS, they automatically create like a Zillow profile for you, a realtor.com profile. They hook you up with RPR. When it comes to Google, like if somebody were to search you, it depends on like the SEO and like how much of a contributor that you currently are, because if your Google profile will show up first based on the ratings or how many points that you have, then more than likely the pages that were already created from when you signed up on the MLS, which is the Realtor.com, Zillow, all those pages will follow below it too. And that's another thing too. So I know Katie mentioned about like the reviews and the points, but another contributing factor, especially if it's anything to do with like a website or any type of marketing material, you want to have like the SEO description like hooked to it. So that way, even let's just say like you're not that high of an influencer on Google, or you're not like that, or that you don't have that many points, you would still be able to search on Google for yourself. And any of the specific keywords that were involved in those websites or the marketing material, whatever SEO description you had linked to it, the more that someone types in one of those keywords that are associated with your SEO description will help you pop up more too. So that's always a good thing. And that's something that Caleb and myself can definitely help you with, is the SEO description, because we also use ChatGPT to get the most attractive hashtags or keywords for SEO description, because you can use ChatGPT for this, that will help drive business back to your site or business profile page, some way that we can get them to connect back to you. So as soon as you go to business.google.com, I'm about to throw this thing out. So it's going to ask you, okay, get your business discovered on Google search, maps, and more. So my business name, or the recommendation that you should put for the business name, because that's what's going to ask you, should be whatever your real estate, if you're an LLC, it should be that name. If you're just a single agent, I would put your name and then comma realtor. So for me, I am going to just I'm going to keep it consistent with my Facebook business page. So if you have a Facebook business page, it might be a very good idea for you to put that information in as the name of your business.
Now, if you don't have one, can you add one later?
Absolutely.
Facebook business page after the fact,
Mhm.
and will they still tie together?
Correct.
But just it has to be the same name.
Correct. And then after the verification, you should have no issues.
Now, how do I get to that page? Because I have stand out with the free profile manage now.
Yep. So next to manage now at the top right on the left, there should be a sign in button.
Okay, so my manage now is at the bottom.
Ooh, let me just take a look real quick for
I
you.
don't know how I got. So I did, this is Google, right? And I got there.
You want to exit out of this
Oh, okay.
or that little stuff.
Oh,
There you go. Then
Oh.
you sign it. You're good.
thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm like, remedial algebra kid.
You're fine. Hey, this is why we do these things, is to help you get set up. So that way you can take everything that you've learned from what Katie just talked about and start running with it. But you can't start running with it unless you actually have a profile set up. So
Can you change the business name?
yes, you could do that later on.
It could take a.
Yes.
So you want it to be kind of important to
Yeah.
do, does this need to be something specific?
It definitely your business name. So like, do you already have a Facebook business page? And it could be like your name and then comma realtor. I mean, that could be a business in itself, because as real estate agents, you don't have like a designated, unless you have an LLC and you're calling, or you're on a team or a group. But other than that, I'd probably just keep it just with your real estate name, and then making sure that they know in that business name that you're a real estate agent or a realtor. And then you can, yeah,
You just don't wanna hear that you're your own brokerage. We've got
Right.
to get you-
right,
So just if it's like Keller Williams. that we would do
correct.
that.
Well, I don't think so, because Keller Williams would be a little bit different though. I mean, you could ask like, yeah, because they're a national brand. It would be like, when Freck implemented those rules where for teams and groups, you couldn't put like,
We
I don't
couldn't
know,
do
let's say,
four local teams, 'cause it would make it
Right.
like- So we do 4 local team, Keller Williams, the bank partners.
or Florida local team homes. There's like a whole bunch of like
Yeah.
a list of words that we could pull for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so I'm just gonna put my name for this example. Vincent Cataldo. I'm a referral agent, so, but I don't want my business name to be that, so I'm just gonna put realtor. Or is that bad? That would be lying, wouldn't it?
It
But
would
I'm not
be
lying. I'm like.
But I'm sure there was a lot of,
I know. All right, so I'm just gonna put referral agent. This is just gonna be like a test example. I'm not actually gonna verify this, but referral agent. So you pick your name and it's gonna give you a drop-down menu. It's gonna say, do you want to create a business with this name? Especially if you don't see any of the other addresses or businesses that were already created down below. I'm like, yep, I don't see that. I want to create this business with this name.
Okay, so you actually do a comment and a title.
I did, yeah. That's just a personal preference for me. You don't have to do it that way. I just like that it kind of just describes like what my name is and then who I am. And then you're going to click on continue. It's going to give you 3 options. So it's going to ask you to choose your business type. You can select all that apply to your type of business as real estate agents. I wouldn't think that you're online retail unless you're, you know, a super mega agent and you have like your own clothing line on the side too that has your branding on it. Local store customers can visit your business in person. So I would definitely check off that one for sure. Because whether you have your business address as this market center address or you put like your home address because that's where you work, you're inviting customers to go to you as well as you can go to them. So service business, your business makes visits to customers. So I would also check that one off as well. So you can select more than one. And so you got 2 right there. Online retail, I don't really see much of that, but then you're just going to click on next. It's going to ask you to enter a business category. And under the business category, it's either going to be a real estate or real estate agent. I'm just going to do real estate. Real estate consultant, or so all of you would probably do real estate agent. I'm not going to verify that, but I'm just going to use this as an example. And then I'm just going to click on next. And then this is where you're going to end up putting your business address. So the address that you put here, that's where they're going to end up sending a postcard to. So that way you'll later be able to verify and follow the directions from the postcard to finish setting up your Google business account. Yes, Ashley.
Okay, so the issue we're running into with our is we can't have multiple people claim the same name. But so are you, since there's so many agents here,
Mhm.
you put in a suite number, like even if you just do suite number. Like,
Yeah, so I experienced that before.
Cause I know.
And-
it's going to be office and like.
How many years ago was
A
that?
few years, and it like all of his reviews ported over on everything.
Gotcha.
So that they fixed that.
I think they did fix that. And the reason for it is because the last experience that I had was working with that New Smyrna Beach agent, and that was just last year. And that was probably like around like June, July, so almost like a year ago. And we had it sent to the New Smyrna Beach office. And this Apple Watch. And so what happened is that they ended up sending the postcard to the New Smyrna Beach address. We just literally just put the street address
Right.
in here, and there were already other agents from New Smyrna Beach that already had that address. So from my experience, like I don't think that the issue exists anymore.
I think they asked me to take a video of like you being present in the building to show that you're an employee.
I haven't even experienced that.
Yeah, that's what they're making it now for our office, and
Did he go through Google support for that?
I've been trying to get through Google and they kept telling me that I have to list that I am the agency. Like we have to show that for local team, Carmen's and partners is an agency, not an agent.
and then agents can add themselves. So as long as Portland Southside is listed as an agency, everyone should be able to get added.
Right.
I think it's probably changed it. But
Yeah, and also too, with all of that, like, I think that, yeah, because there were really no issues with just getting attached to that specific address, so I don't,
I just want to give a heads up. that
Yeah.
Just because they just needed the building wrap, I was only gonna say I am an employee, however, like, from Southside, I think that is with it.
yeah, the only thing is that if you ever had to go through Google support, they ask you to, make you identify yourself, so that's good to know, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in the address of this market center and see if something pops up.
Is it best to do your market center or your home?
It depends. I know the safety committee, they kind of talked a little bit about that. Like, do you really want like your home address to be on Google, or some agents or teams, they'll have like an office outside of their home and outside of the market center. That might be a good address to use. But if not, just to play it safe, you might just want to use the market center address. 8702 Parameter Park Boulevard, Jacksonville, Florida. So I got all the information located right here, 32216. And I'm just going to click on next. What contact details do you want to show to your customers? So this is going to be what your business phone number is going to be, and then also your business website. I'm just going to skip that for now. Once you get to the end, this is where I know one of the questions arose. It was put your business on the map. So start connecting with your customers across Google, all in one place, get discovered by people in your area. So this is perfect. This is exactly what Katie was talking about with the reviews. We're going to put you localized on the map too. Your business will be there, so people will be able to get in touch with you.
So that's after you put the manage now button.
I understand.
I'm about to take this thing off. Go ahead, Gary.
You stay in the know, you want, you know, notification.
Yep. And then once you get to the you're now verified part, what I do like about this is that you can now reply to the reviews, you can turn on chat and more, but then your actual like Google profile and business, I'm pretty sure when we get to the next, they're probably going to get, I'm trying to avoid the part where they actually send a postcard here. Add your services.
It's asking if this is my business. Successful and that's what inside of this here. That will input that this is something new.
Yeah, it should be just like a fresh, yeah. Yeah. Did you originally put in like a name for your business on the first section? Okay.
Yeah, pull up another name too, which is.
Gotcha. If it doesn't let you proceed forward, it would be okay to put Keller Williams, because you could always go back and we can, I mean, it'll be a little bit of a process, but we would be able to change the address. Okay.
I have got to get your business discovered on Google search and maps.
Yep, you're just about there. You're almost caught up with us.
It's asking for the business name, so I put Keller Williams.
Yeah, or and you're comfortable with using this market center address as like your full address?
Yeah.
Then just go with it. Just go with that, because what's gonna pop up when someone Google searches you is the name that you put in the very beginning, but it will show that your business is centralized in here inside Keller Williams.
You're putting your first name for it, right, Gary?
Yeah,
On the same line,
Yes.
Gary Hackney, comma,
Keller Williams.
perfect.
thank you.
For those LLC. you just put
The LLC.
Whole LLC, comma,
Yes,
Keller Williams.
correct. Ooh. And so once you get to the next step with the add your services, you can select all the things that you would do. So real estate agent is one of them. I know that they have like different ones, that buying agent services, first time home buyer services. And they let you select a couple of these. Or you can search or add a custom service. So working with sellers, buyers, investors, you can get really creative with that. If you want creative services, you could always ask ChatGPT to pop those out for you too, if you have trouble like selecting a few. I know with real estate agents, they sometimes have like specialties, either like in land or with commercial or luxury and things like that, and they would probably want that to be attached as well.
So we put thing, so I'm at the get verified phone code or email code, except the phone code is this office number. Which I don't like, that's, I text one email, so I just choose email.
Well, in the very beginning, there should have been a section that said to input your phone number and then input your email. That phone number and email should have actually been your business phone number and email. So that
That's what I
way,
did.
okay, so then
Okay.
if you do like a text notification to verify, it should actually go to your cell phone, not the office phone number.
Okay, even though it's saying it's gonna go to the office number.
It's real, is that office number that you see, that's right there, is that your actual cell phone?
No,
It's the actual Keller.
yeah, it's the 515-2700, yeah.
Oh, we're probably gonna have to edit that. Don't worry. What does the email say?
Okay, so I can, okay,
When it asked,
okay,
did it pop out asking, Williams Realty, is this your business? Did you put yes or did you put no?
I said, yeah.
But that was just the address. Was it the address or was the phone number and email? It's just the address, right? Yep. Because in that case, we could, they shouldn't because the,
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, is accidentally claiming this, that you wanna make sure you don't claim this.
yeah, because in the, yeah, because the first couple steps though, because it has you put in your business phone number and email first before it asks you about your business address. It actually do like the business name first, so I would hate that it would overwrite that. I'll take a look at it for sure, right after this.
Okay, then
Yeah, of course.
I'm just moving forward and sending it to you. So,
So we got add your services, we got Skip, it's gonna ask you to add your business hours, so of course, Sunday to Saturday, or what times that you're closed, what times that you're open, that will appear on Google during the specific amount of time that you portray it to be. So if you don't work on Wednesdays, you're just gonna wanna make sure that you emphasize that. Add messaging, you definitely want to accept messages just in case if anybody has a specific inquiry or if they want to just get in touch with you. And add a business description. So this is going to be the part that Katie was talking about where you can add a little bit of a bio about yourself and what your services entail. You can use ChatGPT to organize all of that together for you, write it all out for you, make it custom and unique to yourself. And then you'll be able to just send it out. Or just copy and paste it right in here. Sticking around. Okay. Skip, and then you can add photos of your business. So this would be a really great time if you already had maybe like a couple of closings and you know you're one of those real estate agents where you do marketing from pictures at the closing table. You could easily upload those photos, keep it very professional. And it just expands your business.
So add your services.
Mhm.
Does it prioritize them in the order that you put them or just puts them in?
It just puts them in,
Okay.
yeah.
And then you probably don't want to put too many, right?
You might want to just get straight to the point. I would say no more than 10 would be a good option with that. Definitely emphasize like real estate agent, all your specialties that you work with buyers, sellers, investors. If you want to handle leases, you could put a tag in there for that, but most agents don't. And then of course, any specialties they have, if it's land, commercial, luxury, residential. So that way. Mhm. Yeah, that's true too. And then some agents will add all of those tags because they still, they don't care, like business is business. So if they get an inquiry for maybe like a lease, they could still refer to someone. I don't know if like there's much money involved in that anyway, but vice versa too. Like they might have, residential, commercial, luxury. Again, it's kind of like bending the truth a little bit if you're not actually in one of those specialties, but someone might go to you, but some agents actually do that to take that customer and refer them so they can still get a referral check from it. So it really depends on like how you want to run it. After you add the photos, you get a $500 free advertising credit. So this is another class that I have no problems doing because this is coming into command soon, or the Google paid search ads. So this one shows, okay, my name, referral agent, John Doe Property Services, which should really say Keller Williams Realty. But it's just an example of like what a Google paid search ad would do. And then you can do the ad size, you could do the location. And then because Keller Williams is the only brokerage to have a specific relationship with Facebook and Google, we're the only ones that will be able to specifically target with keywords. So that way, if we're spending $30 or if we're using this $500 free advertising credit, it'll be put in front of the right people who are actually looking to buy, sell, or invest. And those are the strategies too that Caleb also has. I also got him up to date with all the Facebook strategies, the marketing, so he's good with that. Google ads, that'll be amazing to tie in with your business, especially if you're doing the reviews, you're doing the Google ads, you're just getting a lot of those internet leads, because one of the classes that I did take at Family Reunion was the Online Advantage. And one of the speakers on the panel, he was from Chicago, and he just ran a whole bunch of just like ads, just like on Google, just like internet leads. And he ended up getting like a CEO from like a mega company from a different area, but he was looking to do investment properties. So the agent on the panel, questioned him. He's like, well, why would you want to go through me, and not somebody that you know? And he said he's a very private person. He doesn't want anybody that he knows to know his business. And so he ended up doing a good job for the CEO, got him a property. And then afterwards, he sent him like 5 more CEOs to like work with. And so like your return on investment from internet leads and from Google itself, and how 86% of your business starts on Google. If you don't have like a Google profile page, at the very least, like you don't have to be an expert in social media, but at least get yourself out there on Google and utilize these tools and be the localized central person or expert for, local businesses and in the local area, because that's going to be your means of, networking and having those connections. So I'm going to skip that $500 free credit. You're also able to, it's going to ask you if you want to purchase a domain name for your website, because with the Google business profile, they give you access to that. Your edits will be visible once you're verified. So that's pretty much like the end of the process. And then they're going to ask you, they're going to send out a postcard. I'm just going to erase pretty much everything I did, because that's not really how I want my business profile to be. So I'm going to go back to, I want to delete this, all of it. Perfect. I'll do sign in. No, it created it. I did not want to verify that. Now it's going to think I live in Daytona Beach. I don't even live. Well, if I get any calls, I'll just refer them off to you all. But it looks like I can keep on making business names. Hopefully it will time out as if I didn't verify it. So
it looks like it created one.
oh man. Yeah, no, that's good. So is it showing something like this at this point? Because it's not going to do the map thing until you do the verification from the postcard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does it have your name on it anywhere? Oh, then we're gonna have to take a look at that.
Sorry.
We're gonna have to take a look at that for sure.
It may have been because I'm trying to go backwards to change that.
Gotcha.
But then it also said, don't worry, because before it's published, you have an opportunity to edit.
Next time, okay, so if we go back through that process, if it allows us, which I'll take a look at, we're gonna take out that business page and we're just gonna leave it as none of these, and it will still take the address. And-
Okay, there's an edit profile, so I can, I guess, start thinking out.
So you'll be able to change the business name. So actually, Gary, you see like where on Google it has like your name over here? Like at the top right, or like your business name.
Okay,
If you scroll just like a little bit down where you're probably gonna see add missing information, you'll see edit your business information on here. And then that way you can edit your business name, the business category, your description, opening date.
oh, okay. I see.
You can edit your business location right here. So you don't have to claim Keller Williams as the business in order to use the address. Go ahead.
Can I pull this up on my phone so that you can just do it?
Yeah, so if you have, are you talking about like the reviews or just for the business profile?
That I already have been doing it for.
Okay,
But like the business profile. I can just email to myself. And put it here.
that, or you can download the Google Business app.
Oh,
Yeah, there should be within, let me send you the link. Google Business app. No, thank you all. I thought that this was pretty fun. Thank you. For my business. It's either like in the Google app or there should be a Google Business app. Do you have an iPhone or an Android?
I don't. Which are the apps?
Applications, Google, they have Google Maps. I think it's just regular Google. No, yeah, Google My Business. The Google My Business mobile app is no longer available. Gotcha, never mind. You can use the Google Maps mobile app and Google Search to keep your business profile up to date. I probably wouldn't do Google Maps. I'd probably just do the regular Google Search. And then at the very top. So at the very top right, and you can even do this in the Gmail app actually. Because when you're on regular Gmail and you see like those 9 dots at the top right-hand corner, it's almost like where you can access your Drive or Google Docs, Google Sheets. You just scroll down until you click on Business Profile Manager, and that's where we can edit it. So I think that actually exists in Gmail, not its own Google Business app anymore. Going through some updates, but yeah, so that was the intro to being a localized expert in the community. Like I said, next month I'm going to be doing something more in depth with, Google Analytics and the tracking and the websites, and I'm really looking forward to that. So it will most likely be a Zoom class though, but still a lot that I think that you all could take away from it.
Can we schedule one with you? Okay?
Yeah, oh my gosh, absolutely. Mhm.
One time. Yes, I'm concerned with size or.
Right.
And then this.
Definitely. Right, definitely. I would say your branding first would be a really good idea, because if you have all those tools when you're setting up your profiles, it's easy to just pick and plug what you already have designed. And you can utilize Canva and ChatGPT for all that. That's why you have leadership here to help you with all that. So let's definitely get you an appointment with let's see what Caleb's schedule is actually like first. But I also don't have any problems having any appointments too. I'm like a second resource for all this stuff, because I mean, I usually have appointments with the agents where we have them like on a strict schedule or like a plan that we get through this first, then we're gonna handle that. And that's how we streamline businesses. Absolutely. All right, so I am gonna stop share for right now. And